As Christmas time comes around, everyone is excited about the spirit of Christmas. But it's important to know and to remember that Christmas is not the only festival of the church. It's not even the only birthday. We have talked on this channel before in other episodes about this myth that Christmas is based on a pagan holiday. It's a fiction, it's completely untrue, has no basis in fact, and largely comes about from books written in 19th century England. One of the reasons I think this fiction continues to persist is because most people are simply not familiar with the vast fabric of different Christian festivals that exist throughout the year and are interconnected and linked to Christmas. And importantly, all of these festivals exist far before we made Christmas the colossal thing that it has become since the 19th century. Western society needs to relearn that we have a massive and beautiful tapestry of events that span our entire year. We have introduced several of these festivals and events across this channel. But today, in the spirit of Christmas, we are going to introduce to you a few more. So, first up, on the 25th of March, exactly 9 months ahead of Christmas Day, is Annunciation Day. This is the day that Gabriel came to Mary to tell her that she was going to bear a child, the Son of God. Annunciation Day has historically been one of the greatest and most important festivals in the Christian calendar. In the Orthodox world and in the Catholic world and in traditional Christianity, it still is. If this day is not on your calendar, it should be. Write it in, because this day is important to remember. It is the day of the Incarnation. We often think of December 25th as the day of the Incarnation, but it is the day where the Incarnation became visible, when we saw the infant Jesus. But life begins at conception, celebrated 9 months before Christmas on the 25th of March. Jesus is not the only figure in Christianity for whom we have a date of conception and a date of birth that we celebrate in the church. There are two others, and they are relatives of Christ. The first one I'm going to look at is his mother, the Theotokos, Mary. We remember her date of conception and her date of birth. These stories are not recorded in the Bible. They are, however, very ancient church traditions. These stories have been taught and retold by Christians for longer than we've even had a compiled Bible to read. The Orthodox Church remembers Mary's parents as the righteous saints Joachim and Anna. They were an older couple, and each of them was individually promised that they would have a little girl and that this daughter would serve God in a powerful way. That date of promise is remembered as the date of conception for Mary, and the church celebrates it every single year on the 9th of December. This is right in the middle of the Christmas season that we're celebrating Jesus' ancestors, his grandparents, Joachim and Anna. So, 9 months later, on the 8th of September, we celebrate the Nativity of the Theotokos, the birth of Mary, the mother of Christ. This is the first major celebration on the church's calendar, which begins officially on the 1st of September. For more on that, watch our episode on the church calendar. The other person whose conception and birth we celebrate in the church in a big way is John the Baptist, or as he's more commonly known in Orthodoxy as John the Forerunner. His story of conception and birth are both mentioned in the Gospels. And in the Gospels, there are some very specific references to times surrounding John's conception and his birth. We are told in the Gospels that an angel comes to Zechariah the priest as the priest is offering incense in the temple. Zechariah is told that he and his wife Elizabeth are going to have a son, and that son's name will be John. This day of promise and prophecy is remembered by the church every year on the 23rd of September. While we're here, there are a few interesting little things to note about this story. One is that Zechariah and Elizabeth are very old, and they are childless. And we are told that Zechariah is in the temple praying for the people. Now, when the angel comes to Zechariah, he tells him that your prayer has been heard, Elizabeth will conceive and bear a son. Now, we are not told that Zechariah was praying for a son, nor that Elizabeth was praying for a son. We are told that Zechariah was in the temple praying for the people, and the angel has told him that his prayer has been answered. There is a prophecy in this message that he's given to Zechariah, a prophecy about the power and the value of the ministry of their son, John. That John will be a part of answering Zechariah's great prayer for the people. Zechariah does not believe the angel. He basically says, this doesn't sound likely, I am really old, my wife is really old. The angel is not impressed with Zechariah's doubt and basically puts him on mute for 9 months. Zechariah cannot speak until the baby is born. So this leads to a symbolically interesting time for Israel. There has not been a prophet in Israel for many generations. There is no king in Israel, and Herod does not count because he was installed by Rome. And now the priest has fallen silent. He literally cannot speak. The prophets, the kings, and the priests are fallen silent. The stage has been set for the coming of the Messiah. 9 months later, John is born. The Nativity of John the Baptist is one of the oldest continuously celebrated festivals in the Christian church, and there are many traditions for celebrating this day around the Christian world. There is a cosmic symbolism to this date. The 24th of June takes place not long after the summer solstice. This is when the days start getting shorter. Jesus' birth on the 25th of December takes place several days after the winter solstice, when the days start getting longer. This is a gigantic cosmic way of rephrasing John the Baptist's words in the Gospels when he says about Jesus, "He must increase and I must decrease." The Gospel of Luke is very clear that John is 6 months older than his cousin Jesus. So, almost exactly 6 months after the birth of John the Baptist, we have the birth of Jesus Christ on the 25th of December, Christmas Day. Notice I said almost exactly 6 months. John is born on the 24th of June. Jesus is born on the 25th of December. And this leads to a beautiful but easily overlooked piece of symbolism used by the church to teach us about Christ's divinity. The time between John's conception and John's birth is 9 months plus 1 day. The time between the conception of the Theotokos and the birth of the Theotokos is 9 months minus 1 day. The time between the Annunciation of Christ and the birth of Christ is exactly 9 months. Perfection is an attribute of God, and Jesus is fully God and fully man. And it is beautiful to know in this Christmas season that a perfect God has a birthday. Thank you very much for coming back to Patristix. Thank you for waiting for us. We haven't filmed any episodes for a while, so our tea is a straightforward black tea with some honey in it. And it's important to know that this is not the only Christmas episode on this channel so far. We have a playlist of Christmas episodes, so please go and check them out. And all the best for this Christmas season.